How long have you been listening to your Suzuki recording? 1 year? 2 years? 3 years? How long do you need to listen to this recording anyway? Join me in Adventures in Suzuki Parenting. Hi, I'm Jody St. Clair. I create videos for Suzuki parents with practice tips, conquering challenges, and resources for a great practice experience. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for this video to get tips every week. And I would love to hear from you about what you are listening to these days. You can let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll be able to add it to my listening list. I'm always looking for new things to listen to. So the short answer of do you still need to be listening to your Suzuki recording is yes. I know. You probably knew I was going to say that. That's what your teacher has been telling you all this time. Listen more, and listen more. You really cannot listen too much. It is one of the cornerstones of the Suzuki philosophy. You may be feeling sick of your Suzuki recording. You may be feeling like it's time to move on to the next one. You can. You are not limited to the one Suzuki recording where your student is currently on. And actually, I really encourage you to think about listening to many of the books to kind of get an idea of what might be in your future. And then when you hear these pieces at a recital, you'll recognize them and you'll know where they belong. You might even know the names and the composers for the pieces. That is one way that you can kind of make your listening sound fresh, is to give it a little boost by adding some other things. You could be adding Suzuki recordings, but you can also add non-Suzuki pieces. So, for instance, let's say your child really loves listening to the Vivaldi, and you notice that. Maybe they're singing it a lot. A great option would be to seek out some other Vivaldi recordings. It could be the same piece and a different artist, or it could be a different piece altogether. Vivaldi wrote a lot of pieces. Same with most composers. There's a lot to pick from. If you need suggestions, ask your teacher. I'm sure your teacher has some favorites that they would love to share with you. One of the listening resources that I really appreciate is Michelle Horner's video called Listening Like a Maniac. If you haven't seen this video before, I will link to it in the description below. So go check it out. And she gives a great explanation of a different style of listening. Most of us find a time during the day and we just listen to the recording straight through. A lot of times it's in the car, on the way to school, or on the way to another lesson. Sometimes it's, for us in our family, it's often during breakfast time. Michelle Horner talks about listening on repeat. And this is so effective because it really gets the pieces stuck in your head. And that's what we want. We want it to be kind of an earworm where you can't seem to get it out of your head. That is when your child is going to know it really, really well. They will know if the rhythm is wrong. They will know if the rhythm is right. It is a way for them to self-check their notes and know where things belong. And it makes your job as a parent helping much easier. Your child will be able to find all the things and basically learn the basics of the piece mostly on their own with a little guidance. So what Michelle recommends is listening on repeat 10 times. And you're going to listen to the piece that you are on and the next 2 pieces. So you'll listen to your piece you're currently on 10 times, and then you'll listen to the next piece 10 times, and then you'll listen to the next piece 10 times. If you want to, you could make a CD that does this, although I think most of us don't have CD players anymore. So if that, you could also make a playlist or you could just simply put it on repeat. Although I would say it's good to kind of keep track of how many times it's been on repeat, so that you really know you're getting those 10 times in. The other way that you can give the listening something fresh is to set a listening goal. I usually do this with a non-Suzuki piece. You can check our video right here about a 30-day listening challenge, and that gives you a little tracker so that you can keep track. It really, if you listen to the same piece for 30 days, you really get to know it nicely, and you'll recognize it next time you hear it as something that you know, even if it's something you're not really currently playing. I've done this before with lots of different violin concertos with my kids, or an orchestral piece, or string quartets. You basically, whatever piece you want, I like to keep it short for kids, so under 5 minutes is good, and it's good to just have something that you're coming back to every day as part of your practice. So check out that listening practice challenge. You do have to keep listening to your Suzuki recording. It's really important. And the moment that you feel like you're getting bored with it, remember that maybe your child isn't getting bored with it. They won't necessarily get bored as quickly as an adult will. So keep listening. Find ways to make listening a little more fun or a little more interesting for everybody, so that it can easily become part of your family's culture and lifestyle. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. That really lets me know that you are appreciating this content and that I can continue to make videos that are free for all parents to have great practice tips. Thank you for joining me on this musical parenting journey. Happy practicing.